Don't know what's going on with this YouTube. There we go. Good evening. Join us just as we're about to commence. I'm about to miss drive, hit drive. Ooh, that was close. We're about to start. Round 4 of the Apex Online Racing Assetto Corsa Competizione. This race is at Monza, and I've been practicing all week for a wet race, and it's dry. I have qualified right at the back of the grid. I really struggle at Monza for some reason in this car in the dry. So there was a last night there was a social race.
Car left.
Which
He's still there.
Was okay.
Still left.
So the weather was abysmal last night, and I did really well. At one point I was in third place. So this is the formation lap now for the race. We don't use the standard in-game.
Car left. Clear left. The start's okay. Let's get stuck in. There's a white flag. Car left. Clear left. Yellow flag. Caution. Clear right.
Slow car ahead.
We've got some laggy cars leaping all over the place.
White flag.
Oh, that's not my teammate there on Discord.
Car right. Right side's clear.
We're supposed to warm our tyres up. I've got somebody who's
White flag, mate.
nearly running in the back of me.
Slow car ahead.
Okay, we got my tyres up to temperature now, nicely.
White flag.
Car ahead.
White flag, mate. The gap to Alan, left side. Clear left.
Okay, it's time to form
That's a
up.
white flag. On your left. Clear left. Car left.
Okay, now we're forming
Still
up
there.
for the start
Clear
of the race.
left. White flag.
It's got a bit chaotic back here because
Left
some cars
side.
I think have dropped out because of the
He's
lags.
still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. There's a white flag, left side. Still there. Car left.
Away we go.
Still there. Clear left. B21.
All we got to do now is try and get around T1 in one piece. Teammates just in front of me there to the left, Crawford. Start braking at 200 metres.
Left side.
Car
Hold your line.
Clear on the left.
Hold your
T1
line.
is always in the most dangerous corner in
Clear left.
the online race, but we're through. We're up to P21 at the moment, P21. Some chat on Discord about some possible bumps and scrapes. Big gap behind me. Well, I say big gap, 0.6 of a second. No indications of weather at the moment. It seems the game, if it doesn't tell you anything about the weather's going to stay the same. So normally when I'm racing I go for the aggressive setup. Tonight I've had to go for safe. If it starts raining I cannot be on aggressive setup, I'll definitely be off the track.
Behind is now 0.
But if it starts raining now, even with a safe setup, it's going to be a really difficult race. Last night it was clearly raining right from the off. Which meant it was pretty good, pretty easy choice to put the wet setup on, which gave me a real advantage. I think some people went into the race just not worrying about the weather and they were all over the track. And that resulted in a lot of whinging about, oh, it's too hard in the rain, we can't see. And I wonder if they've altered the server settings because this is just a nice sunny day so far. Okay, well, the last few races I've had terrible time on the first lap going backwards. On this one, I've been okay. Not gone backwards. Moved up a couple of places and I've held on to them okay.
Brakes are getting a bit hot.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Car right. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
That wasn't good.
Right.
Somebody had spun right in front of me and I stopped for it, and then I got punted from behind for my troubles. So I just lost 3 places.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Alan.
I don't even know what happened to the spinner. It's early days, no need to worry yet, no need to panic.
Yellow flag, caution.
Okay, we got another yellow flag ahead.
Slow car ahead.
There's an incident in.
There's somebody off in the gravel trap. And there, in the BMW, who had a really good race last round at Paul Ricard. I finished very high up the field. Salty in front of me. It looks a little bit hesitant going into some of the corners. I think I might have a chance of getting past Salty soon, if I can hang on myself. I haven't come out of Ascari too well there.
The leader's just
Still in 20th place, not too bad.
1.32.
Solly pulled out a little gap there through Parabolica.
Your time was 1:58.
Have to work keeping the speed up in some of these corners. Back in.
There's a white flag.
That's okay. Pesci is closing up on me. We seem to drop back a little bit there, coming through the first chicane. I was back up on Salty again.
The gap in front is now 0.5.
I think I do okay here when I've got fresh tyres, but when the tyres start to wear and the
Don't let
braking
this guy
distance
intimidate
start
you.
to extend, I
It's
seem
faster than
to
you,
struggle
it's
to
2.1.
adapt. Got a better exit there than Salty. I'm closing in fast on him. God,
Car on the right.
just seemed to slow down a little bit there.
Clear on the right.
Okay, I'll put him off now. He's on a bad line, so he's had a bad exit out of Ascari. Can I capitalise for Parabolica?
Car on the left.
Pretty even.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car
car left.
Side by side. Right alongside me.
Still there.
Very close.
Still there. Hold your line.
Clear on the left.
Hold your line.
Oh.
Still there.
Sorry, Salty.
On your right.
Clear on the right.
Right side's clear.
Ah, last 2 places there. Going door to door with Salty into the first chicane.
Yellow flag. Keep your
Outbreak
wrist tight.
yourself.
White flag. There's an incident in Belarusia. Looks like it's tough.
Oh, it's every day when I'm scrambling around for P20. Last race, I think I was vying for 6th place.
Car on the left.
The gap behind has now decreased to 4.7 seconds.
That was a bit strange. Straight past Salty that time. Maybe the cars around him put him off for the corner.
The leader's just done a 151.00.
Looks like a big gap in the rear mirrors, but he's actually only 0.4 seconds behind. So he could easily come back at me in Parabolica. I seem a little bit hesitant in Parabolica. Oh, I'm simply out driving myself again. Yeah, he's coming back, you see. Could be side by side again, but with this time on me on the outside. He's trying. He's trying left and he's trying right. He's gone for the slipstream. He's closing up.
Incident in the first chicane. White flag, mate. Yellow flag.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Car right.
We've had incidents in the first chicane as well.
Hold your line.
Clear on the
Right
right.
side's clear.
Oh, the cars have rejoined. I'm not quite last. Careful on the brake, I don't want to run into the back. Salty. So we had a little off in front of us, but it's not really helped us much. We've just been slow into Lesmo 1. It's really held us up. So the other 2 cars, oh, it's a bit wide again. Oh, Salty, come on. Had a bit of better traction there, but Salty stayed left. I can't get around him.
The leader has just done a 150.63. That's a new fastest lap for Thunder. 150.20.
Anne's closed up behind us as well. Now coming with Parabolica, and every lap so far Salty's gone around Parabolica much better than I have. Or maybe I'm just trying to carry. No, he's not. Yeah, he's getting much better speed through there than I am.
Okay, Stevie, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up.
Still got nice sunny weather on the weather report. Everybody's just closing up on
Car
me.
right.
Clear on the right.
Clear right.
Oh, damn. Anne came up the inside of me. I had no way I could turn in. And now I've really picked up a penalty there. And if I get too many of them, I'll get a drive through. But I really didn't have much choice. Anne was way too hot then coming into the first chicane. You could see it coming. I don't think I need to get too excited though. It's not like I'm vying for top points. Made it very difficult for this one. With the unpredictable weather, everybody was thinking it was going to rain. And that's what I've really prepared for. So a dry race is the last thing I need.
The gap ahead is now 0.8.
Yeah, big gaps. Whoa, I'm overcooking it. Oh no, I don't need that.
We've got some light damage on the front.
Overshot, hit the gravel trap, lost the rear end, and then the car just speared itself into the wall.
That's barely a scratch, mate. Just ignore it.
Some planned light damage, so there's no steering damage. I've got to take one mandatory pit stop. And what I want to do for that is try and save it and see if the weather turns. So that's my only hope for this race, is if the weather turns.
The car ahead's pitting now.
I'm not the only one having a bad time. I wonder if the Porsche is a bad car around here. One of the Porsches is just pitting, and it's normally a guy who's right up top end of the field. If you want any upside, I've got a little bit of clear track in front of me now to try and close up. Much easier to go a bit faster when you're not got cars all around you. Well, I've not even heard, I don't think I've listened to crew chief give me the fastest lap time yet, but I bet it's a lot faster than mine. See a lot of clouds of dust in front of me. So either somebody's really catching the curbs tight or they've had a little off.
The guy behind's catching. The gap's now 3.3 seconds. He's faster than you, entering Parabolica.
No, everybody's faster than me everywhere, it seems, around here. Car in front of me, actually, Cotty, the yellow car, is a lap down. He's clearly having a very grim time.
He's just done a 150.00.
Okay, so the gap is still salty in front of me technically. Cotty's just in front of me. It looks like the other cars have got past salty. I'm back in P20 again. Oh, I'm not further down, is slightly beyond me. Come on, turn in. Front of the car is just sliding in Parabolica. It's costing me handfuls of time. 155.3. Sorg behind me did a 151, so it won't be long before he catches me and passes me. I think Sorg had a penalty from the last race when he got entangled in an incident or two. The stewards, I think, gave him some time penalties, which he had to take at the start of this race. So that explains why he's behind us. He's a much faster driver than that, so I don't intend on fighting Sorg too much. I didn't have a good battle with him at Paul Ricard.
The gap in front is now 6.0 seconds.
I think Paul Ricard was like a long time ago now.
There's an incident in Della Roggia.
Hands off, just in front of me, so I'm going to close up. But just as I'm doing that, Cotty's really closing in. I found as well when you have one off, your tyres get a bit hot and you start to have lots of off. Now let's hope Sorg comes through safely.
The leader has just done a 149.
Now within 0.4 of me. Anne's recovered well from that off. I'm sliding again, that. Whoa, what are you doing? Sorg followed me. So I won't break myself. Never follow a driver in front is one of the rules, and unfortunately I think Sorg just followed my braking line and was right behind me as I slid into the gravel track. Won't take him long though to recover and probably get past me. Have to watch him at the end of the straight into the first chicane. So under the 57 that lap, under the 56. So look at that gap. The only advantage that game when Anne had that off has disappeared. Fighting with Salter to get past again.
car right, clear right.
Zog's brakes are good. Didn't think he was ever going to make that corner then. That probably sums up my problems on this track. Much better, much higher speed than me all the way through the chicane. Oh, I'm not quite last, but I'm not far off. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Overcooked that. Knew already, long before the corner, I was never going to make it. I think it's going to be a lonely night, I think. Everybody's pulling away from me. By far away the worst race I've had in the whole Apex Online season. Let's see if we can't try and get back up with these. Sorg's 3 seconds up now in just half a lap. I'm going to start trying to brake a little bit earlier. Try not to brake quite so late.
P21.
Let's see if we can try and improve. Let's try if we can't learn Monza a little bit better in this car while we're having such a dismal race. Please send me some rain. Got 38 minutes race time left out of an hour. There's no sign of rain. Well, as we're getting close to the half hour, I'll take my pit stop, put on fresh tyres. Tyres are supposed to last a long time in this game, but it definitely feels better when you put new tyres on midway through the race. Well, I don't want to be over-optimistic, but this lap's looking okay.
There's an incident in Ascari.
There's an incident up ahead on Ascari from crew chief. That's the sort of thing I need now. Give me a chance to catch up with people. Oh, there's nobody there, so whoever it was quickly cleared. There's one driver behind me from the looks of things, and everybody else will have pulled out. There were 26 that started. Looks like there's only 21 left, and I'm in P20. It's not that much better last lap. How did I do that? Okay. So we'll just pit in. It's Alan.
P20.
That's a P19 now, according to display. It was a decent lap, that was. What might catch drivers out is if you lock up at the end of that straight, you can damage your tyres quite badly, give them a bad flat spot. And in this game, once your tyres are flat spotted, it's very easy to get a puncture. Happened to me when I was on a practice race. First of all, my tyres felt like 50p coins because the wheel was shaking me to bits. And then as I went approaching Parabolica, which is another high-speed section, put the brakes on, the wheel must have locked on the flat spot, wore the rubber down and instant puncture, slid right off, straight through the gravel trap at probably about 100 mile an hour and smashed my car to bits, and that was the end of my practice race. Another half decent lap again, looking at a 1:53. So my times were really down before. I think I was doing 55, 57s. Now it's just suddenly, maybe it's a bit of clear air with no pressure around me. Times are improved a little bit, but I don't think the gap's coming down. I think it's getting bigger actually. Now it's nearly 6 seconds to Salty. Sorry, 6 seconds to Sorg, and nearly 8.5 seconds to Salty. Driver who were really pressurising for a few laps, but no, we need to try and pick this pace up. Sorg's just done a 52.
V19. Your lap times are improving. This is exactly what we need.
No, crew chief's telling me I'm getting better, but I'm not getting better enough looking at the times of the drivers around me. I think that'll slow down too much there for the first chicane. Come on, grip. P21 behind, P20, sorry, behind me is 12 seconds away. I wonder if Van's dropped out. Shame. It's always worth finishing a race. That was a slightly better approach, just slid it straight into the chicane. So hard to get right every lap. That was terrible because there's nowhere near the apex. Be very careful on Lesmo. So very easy to catch on the inside of the corner and then just spin yourself to your right and then you go nose first into that wall. You saw a lot of skid marks as it went through the corner from people who've done exactly that. It's better. Slid it right around the apex. A bit too much speed. Now I'm only doing a 53.6 again from the looks of things, and last time round Sorg did he's doing a 51 or a 52, so he's getting a second a lap. He's 8 seconds away now. Just need to get quicker. I'm doing exactly the same lap time as last time, really. Sorg did a 51.6. I'm doing a 53.6, so
Your lap time was at
2 seconds a lap I'm losing.
1:74.
So why am I losing all this time? Why am I so slow around Monza? Well, certainly the better first chicane. The dashboard's telling me I was 0.2 of a second up. Came out, but it's all slowly dropping away as I go around Curva Grande.
Gap in front is increasing. It's now 8.8 seconds.
Yeah, it's dismal. I think I'm being way too cautious.
Has just done a 1:49.56.
Yeah, so the leader's doing 4 seconds a lap faster than me. I'm really far too cautious. I've had too many offs in practice here. And I think it's definitely been a compromise waiting for this rain, which apparently we're not going to get this race. Could have gone with an aggressive setup, which probably everybody else has done. Just not worked out. Not working out at all. Only at 30 minutes. Somebody's off, so there's a chance for me. Vax. Check that out when we get out of Ascari. No Vax. No, there are more people in here. The Vax is in P27 was there, so there must be drivers a long way back. So it's not that bad. So Anne may as well still be going if Vax is in P27, which is good. We don't want people dropping out just because we're not having a good time, because I'd be gone by now if that was the case. Okay, I made up P19 apparently at the moment. Sorg's now 10 seconds away. That did a 54 there. So I'm getting slower rather than faster. No, there's a braking point there. That would not have been good.
The car behind is pitting.
Now Vax must be going into the pits. Again, P20 is in the pits as well. We're in 30 minutes, so it is actually start of the pit lane window. There's absolutely no indication whatsoever that the weather's going to turn. I'm probably going to find out I'm over-fueled. You know what? I'm going to check the engine map. Oh, engine map's 8, that's good. Got a white flag. We got a lap driver ahead of us, Castella. So it's like, unbelievably, I didn't think it'd be possible. People are probably having a worse night than me on here. I was looking at the drivers' league table for this division before I came online. I'm in P12 on the Drivers' Championship at the moment. I am not optimistic. I'm not going to get enough points. I'm more likely to go backwards on the drivers' table based on this at the moment, not unless there's a miraculous turnaround in the last half hour. But I think sometimes your head starts to drop. I mean, I'm doing a 1.5 seconds nearly off my best time at the moment. 1:54, 1:55, you'd say. So I'm just getting slower and slower rather than faster. I need to try and knuckle down and put some pressure in. Yeah, I'm moving up, but only because people are pitting. It's pit stop window time now. TC is aggressive, engine map 8. Yeah, everything's looking where it should be in terms of setup. It's just the general setup of the car isn't quick enough. Sork's 13 seconds away now. My head's dropped a bit. I know this is a really bad race for me. Looks like I'm not pushing hard enough. And to top it off, I'm just noticing I never updated my banner on the blooming Discord feed. So it says it's race practice. This is not race practice. This is the race. Oh dear. Looking at 1:55 again.
Half your fuel. There's an incident in Della Roggia. It looks
Well,
like Alan.
To be fair then, we're at 27 minutes to go and it's just been advised I've used half my fuel. We'll pit now for tyres.
Look out for the pit speed limit. Expect traffic on exit. We expect to exit the pits in position 20, just ahead of B25.
Yeah, well. Yeah, next 15 seconds to repair the suspension and bodywork. I could have skipped that. Too late now, though. Oh, this is not going well. You got 28 seconds, 25 before we'll be released. Currently a P. There are still 27 runners. Another 15 seconds. An eternity. See a few cars coming around the corner. 10. Somebody's just done a recovery to the pits. That'll be a long way down. And released. Wait for the engine to start. Oh no, I've put wet tyres on. No, 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 no. Disaster. Oh, how's that happened? I'm going to have to pit again. This race is not gone well. This is a really bad result. I have to pit again. I was going around and come back in a pit. Well, I need to learn some lessons from this. One is double check your pit stop setup, as I've had plenty of time to do so.
Clear left. Your brake temps are good.
So I am going to have an ample opportunity to pass lots of people, I would hope.
Blue flag. right. Still there. Clear right.
I was blue flagged for Ant, so I'm a long way down. I've left my pit stop and I'm going to go to dries. As the car won't stop at all.
You're locking your left front, braking for Della Roggia.
Yeah, all this because I was set up for a wet race. It just hasn't happened. I'm currently in P21. Songs to the drive through.
The gap's now 2.3 seconds.
I've been a naughty boy. I have to brake massively early because of these tyres.
Pretty hot now.
Car is behaving really erratically. Okay, well that's not gone well, but it's given me something to do, which is to try and recover my position, see if I can get back into the top 20. If anybody realises
white flag, mate. Blue flag.
what a crazy time I'm having.
Car on the left.
Car left. Clear left. Watch your speed. Okay, Stevie. Expect traffic on exit. We should come out into position 23. Close between.
Right, we're getting dry
P90
tyres this
and
time for
tops.
certain. Can't believe. I'm sure I checked that pit stop strategy before. And I've overshot the pit box. Which also costs you time. Well, we have a clear objective. There's my teammate just leaving up ahead. Crawford. Oh. I hope it doesn't rain in 15 minutes. Okay. 10 seconds. Two, one, engine start.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. Well, it says we're currently in P23. So I've only lost 3 places, but it's the amount of time. It's not like I'm setting the track on fire with my lap times. And it's not like I'm going to be able to really get back up there with the people who are in front of me. See what positions we're in when we come out. So Pescia's just left in front of me, he's P17.
Temperatures are looking good.
I can see one of my nearest competitors in terms of the time board. So the only thing that's going to even things up for me now is if people start getting drive-throughs for having gone straight through the chicanes. Because that'll give them the equivalent of, no, not quite an extra pit stop, but it'll at least bring some people back towards me. It's unlikely though that most of the field are going to get penalties like that.
23rd place.
23rd place and no sign whatsoever of P22. So I want to push now. But it's hard for me to push on this track without having a bad accident. "21 minutes to go." It's a shame when you sort of want you now start building up all week towards your next race and then it doesn't go well. It's not a good feeling.
The leader is pitting now.
It should be way higher than this. Linz is behind me. That's unusual.
Baron is pitting from position 16. We think he'll come out just behind you.
Oh, well. That's not good. So I'd have to let Baron through if he's in P16. I'm not going to make all that many places.
There's a car leaving the pits. The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 12 seconds.
Oh, great.
He's quicker than you into Della Roggia.
People are quicker than me to everywhere. They make up any places then going past the pits. Oh, come on, stop. Somehow, I was quicker. I've actually, that's the fastest so far I've been around this race, having nearly crashed. Maybe it's the new tyres. Oh, come on, it's not stopping. I'll be pushing too hard now.
You're locking your left front into Della Roggia.
Tune up the ABS. That'll stop the lockups.
That's 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes. Okay, Stevie, the next car is Baron.
Ah. Well, it shows you not to be smug. Anne, who I thought was a lap down on us, is actually in P15 now, way ahead of us. I don't think my non-voluntary pit stop has anything to do with that. Probably just doing a better job than me. Oh, Salty's in the pits.
Car rejoining in front.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
So I'm probably going to make up a whole lap to try and get behind Salty again. Which is a long way. That was a remarkable one. Nearly half a second up there as I came out of the chicane. Pay attention to the track and not to the display on the side telling me where everybody is.
Blue flag.
This really starts to turn into a problem now if you're getting blue flags. It's the leader as well though. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Car on the left.
Left side.
Clear on the left.
Clear left.
Now, if I could pull it off, it'd be good to tuck behind Rib and get him or her to really
The gap
drag
behind
me
is now
forward.
decreased to 8.7.
Probably what I need to do after this is look at the replay of the game, of the race, and look at the lines some people are taking and the braking points. I'm clearly a long way off where I need to be.
That lap was at 154.24.
Next race up is at the Hungaroring, which ironically is a track I'm not a massive fan of, but it's a really twisty, turny track with lots and lots of corners, which really suits this car. I noticed at Paul Ricard last week that sort of track, the twisty bits at Paul Ricard, I was really able to keep away from people and build a good lead. So I sort of plays to this car's advantage of being very nimble, very quick out the corners. Monza is just lots of straights, big braking zones. Something I'm clearly struggling with.
Your front brakes are getting pretty hot.
No, my front brakes are getting pretty hot, and I'm getting pretty hot too. I've been worse though. Still no sign of Baron, who's in one place ahead of me. Lap times are starting to come down for me, but they're probably coming down for everybody. I've only got 15 minutes, I'm absolutely nowhere in this race. Nins is just about 8 seconds behind me, and I think he's closing up. I've overcooked it, big style, to the gravel trap. I don't need this. Somebody else is in the pits again. It's looks like Sorg, just on the edge of the display. He is. I don't know what's going on there. Whereas the sad state of affairs when you're really sort of looking at other people getting penalties to allow you to make up spots. But Sorg's in P15, so he's clearly a lap ahead of me. So he just screamed on Discord and put me off quite a bit.
15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go.
Nins is really closing in on me and I'm having a torrid time trying to get the car stopped. Brake bias look towards the back. It's not working, that's good. Nins is now within 4 seconds of me.
The guy behind's catching. The gap's now 4.4 seconds.
Thank you. As I say that, the crew chief says the same. I've got 14 minutes at the rate Nins is catching me. He will get past. P2's right behind me as well. Cannot afford to be letting up. Person in second place.
That's your best lap in this session.
I can just see them now in the in my rear view mirrors. I'll stop in time this time. Okay, we got P2 is now 1.5 seconds behind me. Nins is right behind P2 and I'm going to get blue flag to let him through. Nins is now going to take that as an opportunity to jump me.
Blue flag.
I can try to get through Lesmo 1 and 2. Hopefully before P2 catches me. He's going to... Oh, I think that's the problem. Come on, P2. Shift it. Okay, that wasn't too bad in the end. I had to do a slightly dangerous manoeuvre of me pulling over and letting him through. But he got it done. Now Big Thunder realises just a thank you over Discord. I'm actually desperate to try and stay away from Nins, but I've still got nearly 12 minutes to go. Just under 12 minutes. And just to prove a point that it's me and not the car. That's the same car as me that's just gone past me.
That was 153.84.
Nins is doing 51.7 and I'm doing 53. And not going any faster. I think I've chosen the wrong setup for this race altogether.
The gap behind is now 1.3.
And I've just completely overshot. I think that's Nins. Nins,
right front locking into the first chicane.
Nins are going to get me now after that one. If I don't get a drive through soon from having rolled through all the chicanes during this race. I know one driver just came over on Discord and they had a technical issue and they couldn't fuel the car properly, so they've just run out of fuel. So definitely moving towards the back of the field here, being one of the last cars in, but I've said that before. But this is a really, really bad result. I have to go away and try and understand why I'm so slow around this track. Let's get on it straight away with the Hungaroring. Oh, last. First time ever I'm looking at 151 if I keep this up. Still got 27 litres of fuel. Enough for 8 laps. I'm not going to do 8 laps, I think. I'm going to do about 5.
You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go. Okay, Stevie, relax, focus, keep it smooth.
This is closing right up to me now. So despite this being one of my best laps, by a long way, I've suddenly done a 154.8 compared to a previous best of a 153.3. Don't know where that's come from. Nin's still gained nearly 7/10 of a second on me in that one lap. And he's probably going to
get defensive,
come flying right on the inside of me.
Car
Oh, I know
right.
what happened. I cut the chicane. That's
Clear
what
right.
happened.
Car
Couldn't outbrake
right.
myself.
Clear right.
So it was easy for Nins in the end. Just outbrake myself. I think I'm playing last now. Dreadful, dreadful race. I won't be sorry to see the back of Monza, it seems.
New fastest lap for Aaron.
Still can't stop. Just completely
149.34.
overshot the corner then. Car just
You're locking
will
your
not
left front
stop.
into Della Roggia. There's a white flag. The gap in front has increased to 2.6.
You know, Honda's in the lead now, so it must have been P1 that had the fueling issue. Well, you could say that if you did have a much lighter car, it would be a massive advantage. Well, Carey is. He was leading the race at one point. Consistently fast as Carey. I think the last round at Paul Ricard, Carey had a bit of a difficult race, but I think he still finished in the top 10. Oh, this is a really bad race.
B24, brake temperatures look good.
That's nice to know. My brake temperatures look good. And I've overshot again. I'm never going to make it. God. Only 7 minutes to go with this torture. Tyres look okay, pressures look good, temperatures look good. Funder's just taking it easy now in front of me. He doesn't want to risk anything. He's going to get a victory, which is pretty good for him. He's wisely letting Nins through. Why take this risk of a driver who wants to get away? I can't believe it. Is it Morpheus? No, it can't be. Morpheus well ahead of me.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
So last night in the rain, I did really well. Finished quite high up, much higher up than this. And there's been no rain. That's what I prepared for. I either went for the safer setup rather than the aggressive setup, which I normally do. It's just not worked out. I think as somebody observed in the real world, you do get a weather report that does actually go more than 10 minutes ahead. So you'd have a much better idea if it was really going to rain here. I hope it didn't alter the server settings in response to last night's race.
Fastest lap for Baron, 149.05.
Yeah.
Okay, Stevie, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Ironically, I know when I first looked at Monza coming up, I did a few laps in the dry. I very quickly got to a 150 and I thought, if I do practice, get this set up how I like it,
Come on, head up. Keep your focus further down.
I think
the
a
track.
49
5
would
minutes to go.
definitely
5 minutes
be
left.
on the cards, if not a little bit quicker. And when everybody started talking about rain, putting the weather up for the actual race, that's where I moved on to, that's where I focused on in terms of trying to do practice driving in the rain, and it's bone dry. It's a nice warm sunny day. I think, to be honest, my concentration slipped a bit when the minute I started going back down the field. I mean, to be doing 155s early doors is not good. Oh, P202 is just coming in insight. Doing 205, so maybe there's a chance for us to make up some point. Places, only got like 2 laps to do it in though.
The car in front is pitting.
No. Mins is pitting. Well, I don't show him any penalties.
152.75.
That's strange. He's got a 1 against him. I wonder if that's some sort of penalty. "20 seconds to the next car with just 3 minutes to go. Unless they've got significant issues, I'm not going to catch him. Don't know what happened to Nims.
Blue flag.
We've got people running out of fuel. I just saw a chat pop up briefly to the side. People all talking about fuel problems. Where's the irony? Salty's behind me. The driver I was having a good race with early doors. Down 19 seconds to the next driver, but there's only 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. At best, I might get 2 laps, but they might actually finish. Now Salty looks like he wants to pass.
Car right.
And I have to let him.
Clear on the right.
Right side's clear.
I don't think I have much choice though. Salty just said thanks, I think, on Discord. He was going past whether I wanted him to or
2
not.
minutes left. 2 minutes.
Yeah, people are dropping out. I got P22. Back a little bit early. I don't want to run into the back of Salty and spoil his race because I just can't stop.
Blue flag.
Sorg behind me. Yes, I know you're coming past me faster, Sorg. Ah, damn it. Sounded like my teammate just on Discord then. He's also run out of fuel. I'm sure I sent him a message about how much fuel to take. I actually reduced it. I sent an email to my teammate advised him on the amount of fuel I was using. I actually I reduced the amount of fuel I was using. I've still got enough for 3 laps, and we got possibly 2 laps to go. I think I've got 1. There's only 40 seconds to go. And I mean, I've still got 10 litres left at the moment, 2 laps worth. So I don't know how much he put in. Got P22. There's nothing great about this. 24 seconds.
Incident in Parabolica. You think it might be Crawford? White flag, mate.
No, my teammate stranded.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Okay, I've got 1 more lap. Not that it helps me much. Teammate was a lap ahead of me.
Last lap.
P21 is still way up the road on me. Let's hope Monza's not on next season's circuit. They've got the additional tracks were added as DLC to the Corsa Competizione. Calami, Suzuka, Bathurst, and Laguna Seca. So, if it's another 8-round season, they've got a few more tracks. I won't be sorry to not come back to Monza based on this performance. Well, we should train to our weaknesses, not to our strengths, so maybe I should practice here more until I can get it right. So last lap now. Still in P22, which is by far and away my worst result in this season. P21's way up the road. I don't think anybody else is having major issues. I might make up 1 place at the expense of my teammate. Last time round.
Finish the race.
Not a good race.
Watch out.
Not a good race at all. Teammate's not there anymore.
P22. That's the end of the race. We'll get him next time.
Good job, mate. You did your best. Bring it back to the pits.
Very, very, very poor result. That was not good.
Incident in the first chicane. It looks like thunder.
I think I'm playing last there. I was only making up places from people who either had to pull out with technical issues, car failures, or run out of fuel. That was really bad. So, yep, that's bad. Well, be on to the next round, the Hungaroring, which is an endurance race. Much more my thing. The Hungaroring is going to suit my car much better down the corners. And it's an endurance race. So 90 minutes, much more my cup of tea. More about consistency than speed. So let's see what happens. It'll be interesting if it rains at the Hungaroring. That'll definitely make it a fun race. Well, hopefully, see you next week.